Hello, welcome. Let's begin today in a table position. You may want some padding under your knees. Take the hands slightly out in front of the shoulders, fingers spreading wide. Begin some table circles with the hips. And also begin to notice your breath, maybe even closing your eyes, allowing yourself to get into your body, internal space. Notice the rhythm of your breath. And go the other direction. And then pause in the middle. Begin making these circular motions with the midline of the body, like you're scraping out the inside of a bowl. You may have heard from many other teachers before. A nice way to describe this action. So we're keeping the arms straight and we're just moving around, kind of merging cat-cow postures with the side scraping of the bowl as well. You can pick your pace. You may be going faster or slower. And then go the other direction. Notice if there's any part of the bowl that feels like it's being a little neglected. Try to slow down in that region a little bit. And then pause in the middle. Let's walk the hands back. Bring your right foot out to the side, ankle under the knee, heel lines with the knee. Inhale as you reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the right forearm to thigh. When you reach the left arm, either bent or straight. Roll the heart open a little bit. Take a big breath into that left side of your body. And with a big inhale, come on up, let's switch. Right knee down, left ankle under the knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, left forearm to thigh and reach the right arm up, either bent or straight. Roll the chest open a little bit for a nice full breath. And with a big inhale, come on up. And we'll bring both knees back to the floor. You may want your block or two back with you. As we'll stand up, take the feet wider than your mat. Keep the feet parallel. Bend the knees a little bit, and you can either be using your one or two blocks. Maybe you're fine on the fingertips. Maybe you're fine folding down. Really push the ball mounds of your feet down for another breath. And then climb the hands up the knees, look forward and stand up. Wonderful. Walk the feet in. And I'm just gonna give myself a little space. I'm gonna move my blanket up a little bit. Okay, and we're gonna be moving through kind of a repeating flow here where we'll bring in some strengthening exercises. We're not neglecting our legs today either. So let's start with the feet wider than the hips, a stance that feels good to you. Feet are parallel, so not spinning out, but straight forward. Big toe ball mounds heavy, toes spreading. Okay, let's bring the hands to baby. Take a nice conscious breath. And then we'll begin with 5 squats here. So I'll say the numbers, but of course you do the amount that feels right for you. So we'll inhale, take a seat, keep the ball mounds heavy. Exhale, stand up as you squeeze the buns. Inhale, sit. Exhale, stand. Move with your breath. You can add arms forward if you'd like. And one more. Wonderful. And then from here, we're going to turn around and do an L pose at the wall. I'm going to move my blanket here. Take your hands about as high as your hips. Spread the fingers wide and bring your heels under the hips, but wider than your hips. Keeping the feet parallel, ears between the arms, push the wall down. Take a big breath into your back. And with your inhale, look forward. We'll set up for some wall push-ups here. So we'll keep the wrist creases parallel to where the ceiling meets the wall. Hands about as wide as the shoulders. Hands a little lower than the shoulders, a few inches lower. And from here, we want to make sure we're not banana backing. So draw the baby in. Keep the back of the neck long so we don't want our head falling forward. And then we're kind of hugging our arms in towards each other. So you can imagine you're trying to squeeze a block between your arms. And then we'll begin. Inhale as we lower, draw the shoulder blades in towards each other, and then exhale, push up. Okay, so you can really monitor your alignment here using the wall. Make sure that you don't go into a banana back or collapsing your head. And we want to keep the thumbs, index fingers, all fingers equally weighted against the wall. We'll do one more. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Beautiful. And then from here, we'll bring the right forearm to thigh, to wall, elbow in line with the shoulder. Left hand to hip, roll the shoulders back and spin your feet away from the wall to your degree. Keep the throat moving back and hug your baby in. Really lift up into the chest for another breath. And switch. Left elbow as high as the shoulder. Right hand to hip, roll the shoulders back, and then spin the feet out a healthy degree for you. Hug the baby back. Move the sides of the throat back and take a big breath, expanding up into that left side of the chest. Shoulder blades are squeezing in towards each other. And then we'll come on back and come back to L pose again, fingers spreading wide. Imagine you're trying to push the wall down, really lengthen the seat back, have a bend in your knees so we get some nice space through the low back for one more big breath. And then inhale, take the gaze forward, stand up. Okay, so that was our wall sequence. We'll do that one again. We'll add a few more squats. So take the feet wider than the hips, feet parallel. And here we go. Inhale, take a seat. Keep the ball mounds heavy. Exhale, stand. We'll keep going. You pick your pace. Five. Sit down as deeply as you feel like you can right now. Work your legs for 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. We'll come back to L pose. Fingers spread wide. Knees bend as we push the wall down. Really breathe into the back. Lift your armpits a little bit. Keep the ears between the arms. Big toe ball mounds heavy. Another breath. And we'll inhale, look up. We'll set up for this time 7 wall push-ups. So set up your hands, fingers spreading wide. Baby hugs in, back of the neck long. And when you're ready, we'll inhale, bend, squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other as you come forward, and then back. Inhaling, bend. Exhale, straight. Good. Keep going. Keep those thumbs heavy. Index fingers heavy. So a nice way to do some push-ups throughout your entire pregnancy. We have 6 and 7. Wonderful. And then back to elbows, slide the hands down, push the wall down, bend the knees, big breath into the low back, middle back, upper back, a nice long exhale. And then we'll bring the gaze up, walk up, let's plant the feet, inhale, sweep the arms up. Grab opposite elbows. We have a micro bend in the knees here. Tuck in the bottom. Let's lift the chest. Exhale, elbows to the right. Inhale, come on up, lift the chest. Exhale, elbows to the left. Inhale, come on up. Chest lifts, chin slightly tucks, and then sweep the arms down. Beautiful. So we'll keep building here. If using the wall is feeling like a good place for you right now, then you continue to use the wall, okay? If you're feeling like you're good to be on the floor, then we'll do these next few sets on the floor, but you can incorporate exactly what we're doing on the wall or the floor. Okay, so plant the feet. Parallel, this time 15. This will be our biggest number of squats. So when you're ready, inhale down, exhale up. Keep the big toe ball mounds heavy. You pick your pace, you pick your number. You may be doing less, you may be doing more. And I'm at 10, 11, 12. Keep the feet grounded. 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so you're either doing L pose or take the feet wider than the mat. Feet parallel. We'll slide the hands to the knees. Reach the seat back. You're either coming to fingertips, long spine, or 1 or 2 blocks. Any height. So you may keep your long spine, especially if going upside down is not feeling good for you these days, okay? Or you're walking your fingertips or blocks out in front of you. Keep your knees bent, at least a little bit, and keep your hip creases in line with the backs of your heels. So wherever you are, push the feet down. We'll take another breath or two into the back. And then we're gonna lower down onto the knees. Move your blocks, and we'll set up for this will be our largest number of push-ups, 9. So if you're at the floor, walk the hands out an inch or 2 out in front of the shoulders. And it's just like we're doing it at the wall, so except the knees are down. So hug the baby up, back of the neck long, and here we go. We'll inhale down, bring the shoulders up as you go down, exhale up. And then maybe after 3 or so, you may do a half dog here, moving your hips back, chest back, and then come back forward for 3 more, or you may just be going straight through the whole 9 or more or less. And last 3. 1, 2, keep the thumbs heavy, and 3. And then we're rolling up. If you're at the wall, you're doing that half stretch at the wall. If you're here at the floor, we're lifting the arms up. And then cactus your arms, squeeze the shoulder blades in towards each other. Get a good sense of that, whether you're at the wall or right here in this kind of camel posture, shoulder blades squeezing in towards each other and down the back. Now, wherever you are, expand the chest up towards the chin. And keep the shoulders drawing back as we bring the hands either to the hips or thumbs slide down the sacrum. Another breath here, shoulders back, chest lifts. And then we'll come on forward, either fingertips or blocks. We're walking the feet out wider than the mat. We'll fold just for a moment. And then walk the hands up the knees, look up. Stand up, walk the feet in just a little bit. Inhale, reach the arms up. Grab what feels like opposite cross of elbows. Inhale, lift up. Micro bend in the knees, tuck in the bottom, elbows to the left. Inhale up. Elbows to the right. Inhale up. And release the arms down. Wonderful. We'll set up for 10 squats now. So plant the feet parallel. And here we go. Inhale down. Exhale up. Good. Halfway there. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Walk the feet out wider than the mat or repeat at the wall. Hands to knees, sit back, either come to fingertips or blocks. You may stay long spine or walk the hands and blocks out. Keep at least a micro bend in your knees as your big toe ball mounds push down and push your hips back. For another breath. And then we'll lower back down to the knees for 7 push-ups. Okay, so spread the fingers wide. As you're ready, get baby hugging in, back of the neck long, and begin. Good. You choose your number, 6 and 7. And then from here, we'll repeat, walk the hands up. If you're at the wall, again, you're doing this one-armed, and then switching, reach the arms up, cactus the arms back, find that good squeeze of the shoulder blades in towards each other. Gliding down the back, we're trying to hug baby back and tuck our bottom a little bit. And then bring the hands either to the hips or slide the thumbs around to the sacrum. As you squeeze the shoulder backs, lift your shoulders back, lift your chest up for another breath. And then come on down, either fingertips or use your block or 2. Feet wider than the mat. Hands walk up the knees, look up, stand up, walk the feet in. Inhale, reach the arms up. Grab opposite elbows, lift up, elbows to the left. Inhale up, elbows to the right. Inhale up and relax the arms. One more. We're at 5 squats now. As you're ready, begin. 3, 4, and 5. Feet wider than the mat. Hands slide down, either long spine or walking out. Bend the knees, move your hips back, spread the toes. A big breath here. Knees to floor. And our 5 last push-ups here. Set it up, baby hugs in. Back of the neck long, fingers spread wide, and begin. 3, 4, and 5. Wonderful. Hands walk back. So now, if you're at the wall, come down to your knees. Roll up onto the knees. And let's repeat what we did earlier. So bring the right ankle under the knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, right forearm to thigh. Now bend your left elbow and let's circle this left arm around as your chest rolls open a little bit. A few more times. So we're trying to get in a good combination of strengthening through the body and still opening. And then come on up, let's switch. Right knee down, left ankle under the knee, left forearm to thigh. Let's reach the right arm up, bend this elbow, and begin to circle the arm around. Let your chest roll open and back down a few more times. And last time. Wonderful. And then come on up. Let's come down to knees. We're going to take Vajrasana. So sitting back on the heels. We'll be here for a while. So this is where we're going to start using our weights too. So your weights may not, these are still challenging for me with no weight. So you could do no weights. I do that sometimes. Or you may be using cans of food or water bottles. Mine are 5 pounds each. Okay, so, but I'll give you options. We're really just trying to do as many as we get to like a nice edge of just a little bit of burning. So I'm gonna put a blanket under my seat here. That kind of relieves some knee pressure a little bit, or maybe even 2 blankets. You could be doing this also seated in a chair or even standing, okay? Or you could be up on your knees as well. We just want to make sure our spine is long. Okay, I'm going to take a little water break. Okay, so we'll begin here. Weights above the shoulders. Okay, shoulder blades, keep in mind that cactus work. Shoulder blades are gonna hug in towards each other. And as we push our arms up, think about the shoulder blades gliding down your back, okay? So we're inhaling, arms down, exhaling, arms up, okay? And now I'm trying to also keep my banana back out of it. So I'm gonna hug my baby back a little bit. Okay, and if we're squeezing, if we're drawing the shoulder blades in towards each other a little bit, it can be challenging to not get our bodies into that banana back shape. So we're kind of working with those 2 actions that oppose each other. Okay, and about 15 with my 5 pound weights is a good number for me. But where we're trying to go here is we're doing about 2 or 3 more, right when we start to feel that kind of burn, shakiness maybe through the arms, nothing major, but then we'll do 2 or 3 more. Okay, so you may be doing more, you may be doing less, and that's good. 15. Okay, pause for a breath. And then from here, we're taking, I do this one with no weights. You may be good to still be using your weights. This one works me a lot with no weights. So you can feel it out, okay? So for this one, we're rolling the shoulders back, start with the hands down. And then with an exhale, we're lifting the arms up, okay? A little higher than the shoulders. Inhale, they move down, exhale up. Okay, keep the shoulder blades drawing in towards each other a little bit, and that action of them gliding down the back. So if the weight becomes too much, be honest if the form is being compromised. Keep the form, the alignment in good shape. I'm gonna go 5, 4, 3, keep the movements fairly slow, 2, and 1. Wonderful. So from here, we're going to revisit this shape. So we're going to be doing 3 sets. Come forward into table, hands a few inches out in front of the shoulders, and we'll stretch our calves and Achilles a little bit. So bring the right leg back, toes curling under. Pull the right kneecap up and then push your palms towards the front of your mat as you reach that right heel straight back. And pause here, another breath. And then stay here, but put a little bend in the right knee to stretch a different muscle through the calf. Beautiful. And switch. Left leg back with a straight leg. Toes curled under, push back. And then with a little bend in that knee, keep pushing back. Wonderful. And then both knees down, and we're revisiting our Vajrasana seat, or whichever one works for you to do the weight reps in. Okay, and we'll repeat. Okay, so shoulders back, baby hugs in, and exhale up. Not too fast, or we skip through a lot of the good stuff. Five, I'm doing 10 more for me. And I think that was 15 for me. So we're coming down, maybe more or less for you. Then we roll the shoulders back, palms, fingertips towards the floor unless you're holding a weight here. Shoulders roll back, baby hugs in, and we'll lift up here. I'm doing 12 of these. 3, keeping the movement really focused. Shoulder blades glide in towards each other and down the back as I'm lifting up. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 is my number. And then we'll come back forward, back to your table, hands slightly forward. Let's just let each leg straighten for a second. Draw the kneecap up and then switch. Okay, so we did the Achilles and calves last time. So this time let's curl the toes under. And we'll sit back on the heel. So you decide how far you can go back. This is supposed to be intense. That's normal. So you may need to keep your hands on the floor, or maybe you're walking your hands up the legs. Now unstick your little third, fourth, and fifth toes. Try to spread them out. Let's reach the arms up. If you're up here, grab the right elbow, reach it up to the ceiling and back, hug the baby in. Another breath here. Let's breathe mindfully through the sensation, a lot of sensation through the feet, and then reach the arms up. Switch elbows, grab the left elbow up and back. Stay in the breath. One more. And we'll reach the arms up. Beautiful, and gently release. Point your toes. Give your feet a little tap there. Wonderful, and we'll do our last set here. So come to your seat. Set up your weights. Shoulders back. Baby in, and as you're ready, we'll begin. Good. For this last set, I'm feeling like I can push myself to 20. Okay, so I'm gonna go for 20. Okay, you choose that number where once you start feeling that burn, you do 2 or 3 more. I will go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. And we'll set up that last set here. So shoulders back, arms down, baby back, and here we go. So, you may not even choose a number. That may be wise. Just do them until you're feeling that little burn. Not trying to overdo it either. I'm definitely feeling it now, so I think I'm gonna stick to my 12. So I'll go 10, 11, and 12. Wonderful. So when you are done, take a water break, take a breath. We'll move the blankets. I'm gonna roll one blanket up, and we'll get ready to do a squat now. So we've stretched our calves, Achilles, feet. Good things for getting into a nice deep squat here. So curl the toes under. We'll come on back, let your feet spin out. And for this first part, if it feels okay, try not to even use any prop as we just kind of wiggle our bodies side to side. Unless, of course, this feels just like too much kind of weight hanging on the joints. It's not feeling good in your body, then definitely, put some blocks under your seats. Maybe not even going down so deeply. And then we'll try to kind of hold it in the middle, so maybe wiggling a little bit. And at this point, it may be useful for many of us to have a roll under the heels. What we want to make sure that we're not doing here is by getting the heels down that we're scooping our bottom under. That's not a bad squat at all, but it's not necessarily useful for prenatal yoga when we really want more of that stretching and opening to be in more of the frontal pelvic floor region. So you want to kind of feel like you can flip your tail back a little bit. Lengthen up through the top of the head. You may be settling now into just little tiny movements here. A few more breaths. Wonderful. And then from here, we're going to do one more thing standing. So find the easiest way for you to stand up, maybe pausing halfway. And then as you're ready, stand all the way up. Grab your strap or similar if you have one. We'll plant the feet parallel, micro bend in the knees, tuck in the bottom. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, slide the hands apart. The arms go all the way back, and then let go of one side and repeat. Okay, inhale up. Slide the hands apart. You want to be able to keep your arms straight here, so go wide enough that you can keep the arms straight. And we want to avoid here the big banana back or bottom poking out. So we want to make sure we have little tuck, baby drawing back. And if it feels healthy and nice for you in your shoulders, you may be coming back up and forward. If not, just keep letting go each half circle. And we'll go just a few more, 3 or 4 more. Keep the gaze forward. And last one. Wonderful. And then we'll release the strap down. Let's come down seated on some height. I'm going to sit on 2 blankets. You may be seated on your bolster or however you're comfortable to find a neutral pelvis. Okay, and from here, I'm going to walk the hands back, shoulders roll back, right ankle over the knee. Flex the right ankle, lift the chest, and try to lift up out of the low back. Okay, we'll just be here for a few breaths, but if a fire log with both legs is a nice option for you, then flex the left ankle. As you swing it under, you may want a block under the left knee. Scooching the seat out to the side. Wherever you are, try to sit up tall. Lengthen up out of the low back with each inhale. And begin to watch as your exhales fully complete. After this fairly active practice, let your breath begin to ground you back down to the floor. Let the exhales fully finish, reaching the base, the ground of each breath. And then we'll walk the hands back. Let's switch legs. Left flexed ankle over the knee. Shoulders roll back, lift up out of the low back. Either stay here or also flex the right ankle. Okay, wherever you are, lengthen up out of the low back. Try to spread the seat out wide. As you exhale, watch your exhale as it brings your energy back down. Good, and with your inhale, slowly come up, undo the legs, pull the kneecaps up, just give them a little shake. Wonderful. We'll do a little back bend here. Okay, so this is for our chest, upper back, not for the abdominal region that's already stretching a lot. I'm going to turn around so you can see my setup a little better. I'm putting a block second height. It's going to go horizontally towards in my shoulder blade region, so high up the back, where like the upper portion of the bra strap would be, not the lower portion. Okay, and if I have another block, I can put it back here for my head, but that's fine if you don't. So I'm going to interlace behind the head. Okay, I'm going to walk each shoulder blade underneath me. Okay, and then I'm going to start to curl back a little bit. If I start to feel stretching in the abdominal region, I'm going to back off a little bit and maybe even move that block a little higher up the back. Okay, if I have something there for my head and that's feeling nice for me, then I'll let my head rest and then I'll relax my arms out to the side. Okay. We'll just be here about 30 more seconds. Let the breath continue to slow down. Let this be more about passively receiving and opening, softening through the chest, the upper body. Last breath or two. And then from here, I'm going to inch my bottom a few inches over to the left and then start to roll over to the right. And we'll move the blocks and we're going to lie down on the right side. Rest the head on your arm. My knees are bending. We're taking a thigh stretch. So take your left hand over the top of the knee, shin, ankle, and then shoot the left knee back as far as you can. Keep this bend in your left elbows. You can roll your shoulders back, expand your chest. And now keep your knee where it is, really as close down to the floor as it can be. Keep it there as you now scoop your bottom under a little bit for a few breaths. And then release the left foot. Let's roll on to the other side. And we are going to rest after this. So have whatever you have, your pillows, your bolsters handy. So you don't have to get up as much. And then we'll rest the left arm, the head on your left arm, and we'll slide the right hand down the shin, the ankle, shoot the knee back, bend the right elbow as you roll the shoulder back, and then scoop your bottom as you Imagine a fire hose shooting out through your right knee. Wonderful. And then release. And we'll keep resting on left side if that feels okay for you. So I'm going to place my bolster or your two pillows, whatever you have, in between the knees and ankles. I'm going to fold up a blanket under my head, and I'm going to scooch one underneath baby a little bit. Okay, even if you just have one more minute, let yourself close the eyes for a moment. Bring your hand, your right hand down to baby. Take a few conscious breaths, kind of closing out this practice time with your baby, being with your baby in your own way. It doesn't have to be like anything. And then as you're ready, relax the right arm, however it's comfortable. Let your face and jaw soften. Let your body rest here. If you have the time, rest another 5 or 10 minutes. If you don't, then give yourself 3 to 5 more breaths before you close out your practice. Thank you.